Hey everybody, welcome to Coffee with Key from Key Digital. Go ahead and get yourself a cup of coffee or your drink of choice, and we're going to give you some useful Pro AV knowledge in the amount of time that it takes you to finish that drink. Today we're going to talk about a very popular solution that's really useful that's come more and more popular with our KDWP83. That's our IP control keypad that has an IR and an RS-232 port built into it. And that is that people want to be using the keypad. They want to install it on the wall to control conference room, classroom, or training room, these type of rooms. They want to use the keypad to control the projector in those rooms. And the really cool thing is there's actually a standard way of controlling those projectors over the network, and that is with a control standard over a network, once again, called PJlink. PJlink, if you're not familiar with it, is basically an idea that they had that, hey, we're going to create, instead of all these different brands that you see here, and they all have their own different command structures, and some are in ASCII and some are in hex and RS-232 and IP. What if we could actually just make a standard command for power on, power off, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, your volume controls? And what if all the projectors would respond and react to those commands when they're sent to them? And that's what PJlink is. They got, fortunately, the manufacturers that you see listed here and many more, they implement this because they agree that, hey, this sounds like it'll be easier for folks to control our projectors. And this is widely utilized in commercial projector models. And for me, I just go, if you know what model projector you're going to work with, you open up the owner's manual for that, and you do a Control F to find PJlink, all one word. Search that in the manual, because typically PJlink is at least identified in the licensing and giving the copyright to that. And so obviously this creates huge opportunities for us in the Pro AV side, because again, classrooms, auditoriums, convention centers, churches, right? We see these pictures here. And what we're finding is that with KDWP8-3, people are using this because, the remotes always walk away, and touch screens, well, if it's iOS based, sometimes those may walk away as well, or it's not an application that is really appropriate for a touchscreen, and they want something more rugged, something more durable. And that's what the KDWP8-3 gives us, along with a few other benefits that we're going to cover here today. So what we've done at Key Digital here is we actually have some free files that you could download on our website. Okay. And when you download that, it's programming files that are programmed just like this, with an on, off, volume plus, minus, and mute, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, and AV muting. Those are the 8 buttons, and you can edit those if you'd like. What these, when you download here, if you follow this, and I'll show you exactly where to get it as well, is we actually have 3 files inside. So Project A would send all those commands that we just went over directly to the projector. So you're turning it off, you're turning it on, your volume controls, your HDMI switching, all through the projector, right? Project B adds Key Digital's KD Amp 220. This is a 2-channel, 20 watt per channel Class B amplifier with a microphone input. It's RS-232 controllable. You could adjust the mix level of the microphone and the volume level. And this could even act as a preamp, where we have the speaker output here to connect to your speakers if you'd like. What if you want to go to a 70-volt system? Then you just use the line out, and that RS-232 control for your volume plus, minus, and muting commands all go to the amplifier and get passed through the line out output if you are using it to go to a larger amplifier or audio system. And Project C has the projector, the amplifier, and adds Key Digital's presentation switchers. Actually, Key Digital, we've been utilizing the same IP switching commands for about 15 years now. And so we're showing here our UPS52U that will allow your camera to go into your laptop, for example. But our Pro 4x1X-2 is the other current model. Even our matrix switcher actually would respond to output one of a matrix switcher would respond to these same commands. And what's cool is I'm going to show you right now. You go to keydigital.com, you go to products and control systems and software, and scroll down just a little bit. You're going to see there the KDWP8-3 product page. And under the resources tab, you have here this PJlink projector control pre-programmed files. Easy for me to say. Once you have that, you once you download it, it's going to be a zip folder. You're going to right click and extract all. That's going to give you one more folder here. And inside we see the files, right? As just described, A, B, and C. And we even have this PDF on a little more information about the programming files and also how to easily edit those projects as well, if you'd like. So you're not fixed to what I just described. We have setup and connectivity information, including the RS-232. PJlink control is achieved over the network using port 4355. We've seen these diagrams now. And how to edit, for example, what you will need to edit, maybe updating the IP address if this is the IP addresses we assume that you'll want to use for all the devices. But if you want to change them, you can do that easily, and we show you how to do it there. Even which icons that you'll need to insert into the button caps of KDWP8-3. Verify functionality, finalize installation. You're now finished and ready to use your keypad for PJlink projector control. But back to the KDWP8-3 and using it in your conferencing and presentation space, there's a few other value add features that I want to talk to you about that make this a really perfect solution, including we talk about classrooms and ensuring you're having the intended use of the keypad. You don't want anybody that's going to turn off the projector and then say, hey, school's over, and because they know it's going to take 5 minutes for the projector to turn, cool down and come back up again. You could set a key combo, 2 digits, any 2 digits, and this is done in the admin menu. And you could create a combo for locking and unlocking the keypad. And even you could set an auto timeout time. So after 3 minutes, for example, it'll go back into the locked state. Another cool value add feature is the virtual keypad, where we could see the button names. We could see the keypad name, for example, if you have many on your network, which you would in a school, for example. And you can see it's a full two-way interface. So whatever the button's doing, if it's on or if it's off and it's red, for example, you see that. And this is just a web UI. So it's the IP address of the keypad on your network /user.html. We go over this in the manual and in our programming tutorial that we have. And so if the teacher, for example, walks away and they're almost to their car and they think, oh, I can't recall if I turned off my projector, they could just go ahead and have that bookmarked in their phone or from a PC, and they can see the status of the keypad and also press that button to turn off the room. As I mentioned, the keypad also has a built-in IR and RS-232 port, so you can control external devices. We already talked about the amplifier. What about an Apple TV, if that were there at the projector, as is common for casting via AirPlay, for example, sending IR to wake up the Apple TV. Another value add is that we have a QSYS certified plugin. And with KDWP8-3, we're actually getting quite a few control systems and audio systems that are utilizing this, because it's just it's a very easy to use product and very easy to program product. And our two-way interface is great. So different control systems are doing it different way. And we thank those partners for that. So you can download your KDWP8-3 certified plugin from the QSYS designer software. And how about if you like the idea of the keypad, what might that look like? It's often not just the keypad on the wall to control the projector. As we mentioned, you might have our amplifier in there. What about if you wanted to have a wall plate plug-in for HDMI or USB-C? That's our KD-XWPS. This is really cool. It's going to extend the HDMI or the USB-C. So it's a 2x1 switcher. It's choosing the HDMI source, laptop, or USB-C that's plugged in. And then it extends it. We see over this blue wire, just a single Cat6 to the receiver. So that could be located at your projector. So this is like a plug-in plate for the teacher or presenter. And that could go side by side there with the WP8-3 for control for convenience. We have different keypads that offer more inputs, but also can send USB, not just the HDMI or USB-C audio video, but now you could send USB backward to go into the laptop that's connected as well. We also have our KD-BYOD 4K. This is wireless casting from Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, or Chrome. Our Cam USB is this model of web camera, our AMP220, and our UPS 52U. So really, you could build a complete AV switching and conferencing solution with all these key digital parts. And these are just some of the flavors that we have. But if you'd like to find out more, you just head over to keydigital.com where you could browse our product selection. Or if you'd like to talk to our sales team to get you started, please drop us a note at sales@keydigital.com. Thanks so much for watching this.